most fasting app and calorie tracking app companies hate me, and I don't blame them. I'm just being honest. I remember looking over some comments a while back, and somebody mentioned about how most, if not all, of my app reviews are sponsored, and I would say only like one or two of them are sponsored, if we even want to call it that, and the rest are not. And even then, even with those videos that are sponsored, are still app reviews where I'm being completely honest and I'm not saying what a company would like me to say, because I always make it very clear whenever I make app reviews that I do not want to be reading off a script and solely giving my pure, honest, and brutal opinion. So just to briefly go over why I think it's not necessarily true, but I'm almost certain that most companies hate me. The reason I say that is because almost every review that I have made so far, 99% of the time, that specific company always reaches out to me, either telling me how they loved the review or just telling me about things that they would change based off of my opinion, but typically never do, and sometimes ask me to do a re-review where I say something more nice, which, let's be honest, I'm never going to do that. I'm always going to give my honest opinion. And the reason I think that most companies hate me is because 99.9% of the time, every time I do a fasting app or calorie app tracking review, I almost never like the app and never recommend it. You know, it's not like I don't like any of the apps that I review. It's just that I'm a huge fan of simple and minimal looking apps. I really just don't like apps that are so feature packed with things that I'm almost certain people are never going to use. And if they ever do use those useless features, it's never really going to be a feature that's going to benefit them in any sort of way in terms of helping them with their weight loss progress. Like, some features that I really hate are ones that they have pages where they give you these little mini tips, recipe suggestions. It's like, just eat less, man. You don't need these random tips. And instead of following their recipe suggestions, just cook something you already know for a fact that you love. You don't need to follow what an app suggests to you. It's just like, it's extra steps that you don't need to take, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's just a couple of many features that I do not like, that companies like to put within these apps over and over again. It's very repetitive, and for some reason I see a similar pattern within all these apps. It's like, are these companies not getting the memo that these are features that are so useless? It's like, if you want a fasting app, make it very simple and very similar to how the iPhone timer looks. Yes, I get that you can just use your phone timer, but some people prefer apps for some reason. So because they do what I just said. Make it similar to a phone timer. That's it. That's all you need. You don't need a profile. You don't need additional settings. Just add something that starts and stops, and possibly fasting schedule suggestions. That's it. And also, make the app free. Don't make us pay for something as simple as a timer. It's stupid. Do you hear me, guys? All you companies that either own an app or are thinking of developing one, quit putting a price on it. It's stupid. I get you're trying to make money, but if you want to do that, make a completely different app. Not these kind of apps, specifically fasting apps and calorie tracking apps. Another thing I remember was MyFitnessPal. I remember a long time ago when I first came across the app, the barcode was completely free. I'm sure some of you guys remember that. The barcode scanner was completely free, but now if you download the app, in order for you to use that scanner, you have to pay a price now. And when I saw that, I thought, man, that was the dumbest update to the app I have ever seen in my life. That doesn't actually make people want to download the app more. It actually makes people want to do the opposite. Same thing when it comes to the simple fasting app. Like, if you guys saw my review on that app, I reviewed that app twice, and within those 2 times, if I remember correctly, both times I reviewed it, I didn't recommend it, and that's for a good reason. I'm pretty sure that the simple fasting app is the most complicated fasting app out of every single fasting app to ever exist. I'm confident in saying that. So the fact that they own the name Simple is, I don't know. I have no comment for that. So point being, the reason why a lot of fasting app and calorie tracking app companies theoretically hate me is because I'm brutally honest, and most of the time, never like any of the apps that I review, but it's for a good reason. Obviously, there's some gems out there, you just have to find them. Just simply check what I recommend. So just sort of a word of advice to all these companies. If you want to make a good app, make it simple, minimal, get rid of the stupid price that we keep putting in there for whatever reason, and do not add an update where you downgrade the app by putting a price on specific features within the app. That's probably the dumbest thing that you could do. Don't do that, ever. And if you would like me to like your app, do everything I just said, listen to me, and that's it. Keep it simple. And if I ever did say in the past that I don't like a specific app, if said company would like me to change my mind, then simply look over my review, go over the cons that I mentioned for that specific app, make the changes, and when you do that, I'm almost certain I might change my mind. Or not. Your app still sucks. But anyway, hate me or love me, I will let a company know if their app sucks. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And with that said, I will see you guys in the next one.